Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Optimum channel. So today in this episode, I'm sharing with you the 2 indicators of optimum nutrition. These are the measures that you can use to be able to know if your body is able to convert your food into energy, to build cells, and to ensure that you're functioning optimally without any difficulty. So the first one is, how long can it take before you have your next meal? And I'd like to pose this question to you as a viewer. How long does it take for you before you have your next meal? Now, as a shocker to you, your body is supposed to go for at least 8 hours without experiencing any form of hunger or food craving. So you're craving maybe some chips, some bajia. Your body is supposed to go for 8 hours, self-sustained. And it's 8 hours because that's the time that it takes for you to be able to rest from supper time to morning the next day. So if you cannot sustain yourself, for example, if you had your breakfast at 8 a.m., ideally you're supposed to go up to 4 p.m. without feeling any form of weird feelings like headaches, hypoglycemia, what we normally say, I'm feeling low sugar, all those kind of symptoms that you feel like you're almost dropping and you're going to fall or faint. So if you cannot be able to self-sustain, your body cannot self-sustain in this manner, it indicates that there are some things that are missing. One, either you're consuming a lot of simple carbohydrates. These are the sweets, the chocolates, the cakes, the bread, the white chapatis, even the brown chapatis, the brown bread. You're consuming a lot of these simple carbs. Simple carbs is anything that can be quickly converted into sugar. So when this type of carbohydrates are quickly converted to sugar, what happens is that your body releases something we call insulin. Now, insulin is supposed to become your savior during this moment. And so you had your sugars that are spiked maybe to 15. I don't know what your sugars, I don't know if you've ever taken a blood sugar test after a meal. So their blood sugars are maybe spiked to 15, some even to 9, some to 10, some to 11. So when you're having this blood sugar spike, when insulin is released, it reduces it to about, let's say 6, 7, about there. So if you are having a lot of food instantly, or you're having good things going on, and then instantly I cause bad things to happen, or let me not say bad things, I reduce the level of goodness, what happens? You'll feel your energy is gone, you are not as happy as before, and this is what happens, and you experience what we call the hypoglycemic effect. There's an energy drop, your dopamine levels are also dropped, and so you as a normal person, what do? You go and eat again. Maybe you take a soda, maybe you take a biscuit to be able to get your energy levels back. So this could indicate if you're not able to sustain yourself, your body cannot sustain itself for at least 8 hours without a meal. It could indicate that you have been consuming a lot of simple carbs instead of the complex carbohydrates that release sugar slowly, like the sweet potatoes, the arrowroots, the cassavas, etc. The other thing it could indicate is that you're also having electrolyte deficiency. Now, electrolytes are things that your body requires. So whether, for example, sodium, your body requires sodium to be able to walk. You cannot walk without sodium. Sodium is salt. You cannot walk without salt. And this is because salt helps in regulating your blood pressures. So for you to be able to walk, your pressure has to rise, your blood pressure has to rise a little bit. So if you're having sodium deficiency or even potassium deficiency, it makes it difficult for your body to be able to maintain muscle functionality. So if you are in this 8-hour fasted state and you're experiencing inability to walk, it could indicate that. Also iron deficiency. Your body requires iron. Iron is what helps in transportation of oxygen because it forms hemoglobin. So if you're having this kind of weird feelings where you are low energy, check for your iron levels. Another thing it could indicate maybe zinc deficiency, magnesium deficiency. Your heart requires magnesium to be able to function optimally. It could also indicate vitamin D deficiency. So try to ensure that you're eating well, so that when you're in this fasted state, your body just slides over it like it never happened. So the last measure you can use to be able to know that you are actually eating your food well is how does your poop look like? Now, I know a lot of people don't want to hear about a feces talk, but your poop indicates how good you're eating your food. So if you're finding that you're seeing some maize, some beans in your poop, or you're seeing some vegetables in your poop, it could indicate that you are lacking some enzymes to be able to break down this food, or you're having malabsorption, your body is not able to absorb these nutrients. The other one is if you are having a very almost whitish poop, it could indicate you don't have the bile juice, or you have inadequate bile juice to be able to break down your fats. If you're having a watery poop, electrolytes, you need electrolytes to be able to form your poop. That is salt, potassium. Salt is particularly sodium, to be able to form your poop. Also could indicate fiber. Fiber is essential to being able to harden your stool. If you're also having stool that looks a bit let me say almost dropletish, or almost like it's not well formed at all. It's almost looking like pellets, like a goat pellets. It could also indicate that you're having an allergy to something. It could be lactose intolerance, it could be gluten intolerance that you're experiencing, and so your poop is not being able to be formed efficiently. Also, it could indicate you're having gut dysbiosis, where the bacteria that you require to be able to form your poop, they are a bit imbalanced. So those are the two measures that can indicate, are you actually getting the nutrients you eat from food? You could be eating a whole plate of food, but your body is not being able to metabolize it. So just check, try to fast for 8 hours and see if you can be able to self-sustain. Are you able to slide over it, or you just have to, you're always worried about the next meal, or you are just having some weird headaches? How does your poop look like? Also, if you can check these two measures, you can be able to know how is your nutrition going on. And BMI, things like waist circumference, will not really tell you the daily things that are going on in your body. Those are long term, but these are our daily measures. So thank you for watching, and see you next time. Remember to share, like, comment, and subscribe.